Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have for you this grungy and smoky half cut crease with a pop of blue, and I also added some glitter just for to add a little bit more to the look. And I've been wanting to do a look like this for a while now, and I'm so happy I finally got around to it, and I'm really happy with the outcome. So if you want to learn how to achieve this look, then just keep on watching. So excuse the birds in the background that you hear. It's they're my mom's, and you know, I have no control over that, so just please excuse that. I already primed my outlets. What the heck? I already primed my eyelids with some concealer, and now I'm gonna go into this shade right here called Morocco from the Juvia's the Nubian 2 palette. And using a Morphe M441, I'm first going to tap that into my crease. And I think I've mentioned it before that I don't really like to set my concealer anymore. I've been doing my looks like this for a while now without setting my concealer, and I feel like by doing that it makes my looks have a better color payoff as opposed to when I would set my concealer with some translucent powder. I'm just buffing out that orange eyeshadow, and when I'm done buffing it out over here, then with whatever products left on your brush, I'm going to just start bringing it out here like so, because I want to extend that shadow. Now that we're done with the orange eyeshadow, I'm gonna go into the Juvia's the Masquerade palette and go into this shade called Zulu. Again, I'm gonna use the Morphe M441 and Zulu from the Masquerade palette, and just place that again. And I like to tap in the eyeshadow first to make sure I have control over where I'm placing it. And you never want to pick up too much shadow. It's better to build it up than you know, having too much shadow and not be able to blend it out, and then having to take it off and start all over. Then again, using the Masquerade palette, I'm gonna go into this shade called Ada, I believe. Oh my gosh, I haven't used these palettes in a while, and I forgot how good these were. I love this red. Like, as I was doing this other eye, I just like I don't know if it's possible that you can fall in love with an eyeshadow, but this is like it. Like, my favorite color is red, so, and this red is just, it's so pigmented and it's so easy to blend, and I love it. This is definitely one of my favorite reds. And now going back into the Nubian 2 palette, I'm gonna use this shadow right here called Kenya. That is just a brown, and I'm gonna be using that to deepen the crease. I'm going back to use the Morphe M433, which I used the red with this brush, and I didn't pick up any more product. All I'm doing is going back to make sure everything's blended well. Now I'm gonna place some concealer on my lid and then just look straight to basically create a guide for myself to know where exactly to cut the crease. Now that we cut the crease, I'm going back into Kenya from the Nubian 2 palette and the Morphe M514 to place that into the outer corner of my eye and blend it into the concealer. And I learned that by doing this, you get a better gradient effect between the cut crease and your eyeshadow out here when you do a half cut crease, as opposed to if you just cut the crease and place like your glitter shadow and then blend the two together. You can still do that. I used to do that, but I feel like this way is better. It's just an example to show you guys that after all these years I'm still learning. My skills, you know, have gotten better, but I'm still learning just as much as you guys. This is just us learning together. Like, I want to be able to teach. I want you guys to be able to learn from me and like what I do. So if you guys have any other things like you're struggling on, like eyeliner or eyelashes or anything like that, just let me know down in the comments and I can make a video for you guys. Now I'm going into the Morphe M506 because it's a more detailed brush and I have more control of the placement of the shadow. So I'm just trying to deepen this up, but I think I'm gonna add some black to deepen it up even more. But before I do that, I'm gonna go back into the Nubian 2 palette and use Cleopatra, which is this blue right here. Place that on the outer part of my lid. Then from the Masquerade palette, I'm going to use this shade called Zola and spray some Mario Badescu facial spray to intensify that shadow. So I'm gonna go back to Kenya with a Morphe E36, darken up this part right here where I cut the crease, because I feel like you couldn't see the darker brown anymore. And I love using these detailing brushes for these parts. I'm going to be adding some black, and for that I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, and I'm just gonna use the black that's in here with a Morphe M506. So I'm just gonna add it right in the outer corner and blend it into the darker blue. But I'm not going to be adding the black to the point where it overpowers the whole look. It's just to add some dimension, and because the dark brown wasn't doing it for me. Now to add a little more to the look, I'm going to be using the J-Cat sparkling powder, and this is a white glitter, but when the light hits it, like has some green and like purpley reflex to it. I just used the Ardell lash adhesive. So I'm just gonna use the Makeup Shack. It doesn't have a number, but it's just a flat brush, and I'm just gonna tap the glue all over the first part of the lid, and I'm just gonna let that glue dry for a little bit. So all I did to extend the eyeshadow out here was just use the Morphe M441 and just sort of like flick it out. I also kind of went back and forth, but I hold the brush like all the way back here, so there's no harshness like out here, so everything just like, you know, fades into the foundation. Now I'm going to apply some highlighter, and today I'm gonna be using the Dose of Colors desixkaty highlighter in Fuego. So I'll be right back. I'm going to do my eyebrows and my under eyes. So all I'm gonna do is apply the red shadow and the brown eyeshadow. So I ended up adding some black eyeliner and setting it with the black eyeshadow and just bringing it down a little bit so it goes from like black to red. And I connected it to the outer part of my eye, and I applied some mascara, I did my brows. Now I'm going to go into the Nubian 2 palette and add this shade right here called Jury something. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but I'm going to add that shade into the inner corner using a Makeup Shack T8 brush. For lashes, today I'm going to be using the Makeup Shack lashes in the style Sienna. Since there's so much going on the eyes, I think I'm gonna skip on the lipstick, and I'm just going to put the Dose of Colors Desixkaty Over the Top Lip Gloss. This is so pretty. Like, sometimes I don't want to use it because I don't want to run out because it's limited edition. But then it's so pretty that I want to use it, and my heart breaks a little every time I use it. Enough of me being a weirdo. And I'm gonna spray the Mario Badescu facial spray. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave any video suggestions down in the bottom. Bye guys.